All right, yeah, shalom. So basically my question is, well, I guess I'm more interested in hearing about, the 4 days after the head of the seventh month and the equinox, because that's exactly what we just see today, which is really blowing my mind. So,
Well,
um, um, I guess my question, are you able to explain that?
Well, first of all, Jerry, I just have a question. So, what you said you weren't expecting that. So, what were you expecting?
No, it's not that I wasn't expecting that. It's just I had never thought about that. And it's
well,
just very interesting that it happened so close.
well,
Well,
the
I'd only learned about it just very
just now.
recently. Oh,
Well,
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I'm just gonna
Oh,
say
sorry.
in scripture in Genesis chapter 5, um, through through the numbers, they actually kind of help us. The calendar is actually embedded within the scriptures. So when you look at the age of Lamech, who was 182 years old when he brought forth Noah, there's exactly 182 days between the first of Abib and the first of the seventh month, Yom Teruah. 182 days. Then when you look at Methuselah, there's 187 years. And it goes back and forth between 186 years and 187, or we'll say 186 days and 187 days, just because of the leap year. That's how many days there are between the spring equinox and the fall equinox. And it's consistent every single year. And I noticed this years ago when I was looking at the calendar and counting how many days in between. It
And
has always been that way. And
that was
people,
525, right? 525 that you saw that
yes,
Yeah.
number?
yes,
Yes.
Okay.
okay. Um, it has, the equinox has always fallen 4 or 5 days after, well, from the first of the seventh month, counting inclusively. It has always been that way. The problem is that there are people out there who try to affix their calendar to make the equinox fit the first of Yom Teruah. It's wrong. It's wrong.
And this proves it because, right, we know from the Zadok calendar that there's 91 days in each season or 13 weeks. So 91 plus 91 is 182, perfectly what he documents here. And I think he's pointing out, we discussed this before, the first month and the seventh month. Why? Those are the most important dates on the calendar because the first day of the first month is the head of the year and it's also the head of spring. Well, spring has all the holy days and feast days of Leviticus 23 from Passover to Pentecost or Shavuot, right? They all occur in spring. And then the seventh month is the first day of the seventh month starts the head of fall. And fall contains all the holy days from Yom Teruah to the last day of Sukkot, the last great day. And I think that, there's no coincidence with that. It's all in the first and the seventh. I am the first, I am the last, right? But anyway, it's not broken. Some people think the calendar's broken because they think that the fall equinox has to hit on the first day of the seventh month, but it's never been that way. And if you read Enoch, it's not broken. It's always been that way. So,
Right. And that's also another reason why people will discount and throw Enoch out. It's not right. It's not right. But it is right. Um, we've been looking at the account of it. Somebody saw. Oh, okay. So, and with me counting it, for years, I've always known that it was 4 or 5 days out. It has never hit on the Yom Teruah ever.
And
Um,
never will.
And the significance of the command that the gate to the temple would be, the doors would be open on the first day of the first month, that signifies the new year. That's the that's New Year's Day. And because it's by design that we're not got the doors will not be open. Well, they will be open on Yom Teruah for the first of the seventh month, but it's not going to be the sun's not going to be close enough to due east to light it up the way it will at the beginning of the year at the vernal, after the vernal, I should say, the day after the vernal.
and we also believe the reason why this was done, it was so then the enemy could not use the other equinox to say, hey, this is the first day of the year. Even though we already know that the Jews, the fake Jews tell us Rosh Hashanah is on the first day of um, on the first day of their seventh month.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So
That's what Rosh Hashanah means, head of the year, right?
mhm.
So Mitzi brought up this point. Should I go into this, Mitzi? I'm sorry. Uh,
Sure.
uh,
I don't know which point, but
well, there are multiple points that you had started. Okay, first of all, we have what we refer, if Mitzi or if Christina, you don't mind sharing your calendar, I wanted to point out, or your map behind you. Like turn around. 3 o'clock.
I'll use the one up here.
Okay. Okay. Do you have the basket, John? Okay, yeah, you do.
Yep.
So if we're looking at the east quarter here, starting, that's the east line, and then the whole east quarter. Uh, yeah, perfect. So the east quarter is where that represents spring, the whole season of spring. And that's where the head of days, unleavened bread, for first fruits is. And then down at the south, that's going to be summer. So that's where Shavuot and the Festival of Wine, Oil, and Wood will be. And then in the fall in the west, that's where Yom Teruah, Yom Kippur, and Sukkot.
hold it. Shavuot still in spring.
It is?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's in June.
You're
3:15.
right.
Yeah.
All the major holy days are in the spring or fall.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. I stand corrected. You're right. Oh, I wasn't even thinking that's month 3. All right. Well, we have those festivals they're not high days, but in the summer we do have, it starts in the fourth month.
Yeah.
We have those festivals. But okay, now, so what I'm saying is we were talking about, here's the point that I was going to bring up that Mitzi brought up earlier, that the equinoxes always happen in the third portal. And then so my point in bringing up all those dates that we are supposed to be observing in the spring, it's the fourth, fifth, and sixth portals. And then the south, the summer is the sixth, the fifth, and the fourth. And then as it comes down, now the sun's going down, it goes for the fall, it's in the third, the second, and the first. And then as the sun is coming back up from its lowest point from the first after this, when the solar or the winter solstice happens, There's nothing that happens in there other than the null and the void and both equinoxes, the fall, or I guess the fall, right, guys? Am I right? Am I saying that correctly? That both happen in that third
In the west,
in the west.
in the western portal.
I guess that's all I'm saying. That's the whole point. Jeremy, I'm sorry. We were like, when you asked this question, we had been kind of starting to talk about these different, we went in a lot more into Enoch. And so we're like working out the kinks right now as we're literally talking them out right now.
I'm thinking, is Jeremy even here?
But we lost him? Oh
He
no.
left. He said
Uh-oh.
he'll be right back.
You're
Oh,
recording.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
He needed to go to the refrigerator.
Am I making things confusing, guys? Can someone else say that better than I can? Please feel free.
Well, I'm still working out what you said about the spring. Uh,
So, Linda, were you talking months or were you talking portals?
Talking portals.
Okay.
Okay, so the portals, okay, that's gonna look different than where I've got the
Right.
yeah, that's gonna look very different. And
Yeah.
so that is something I definitely want to put on my own map,
Mm-hmm.
is mapping out all the portals on there. So
Yeah, I would think we would probably need to show folks something before we go there because it might
yeah,
scramble the brains.
yeah. My brains got scrambled already this morning when we were talking about hours. So yeah.
So, but I think, I hear it. So the east represents spring, and then the south represents summer, the west represents fall, and the north represents winter
Okay.
on the quadrants, right? And
Okay.
so,
I'm not so sure because when well, are we talking about when the on the first day when the first ray of light comes in, it's actually here.
Well, it's exactly what we were talking about this morning, Christina, how the
Okay.
quadrants are 90 days. And then if you
Right.
add in the intercalary day, they're
So I
91.
okay, now I see what you're saying. So what I had was spring here because the sun was sitting in this portal. Because I'm thinking of the Matthew 25, the 10 virgins, when he's coming at midnight and there's nothing going on
But the
here.
sun, it's not the sun where the sun is, it's where the sun
Okay.
rises. So it's where the ray will begin,
Okay,
which
so
is
it's
on the
here.
east line.
This would be the spring.
Yep.
Okay. All right. No, that's just,
yeah.
yeah.
Linda, can you say portals again?
So every month, the sun is in only one designated portal. So in the for month one, it rises and sets in portal 4 for 30 days. And then for month 2, it's going to rise and set in portal 5 for 30 days. And then in month 3, it's going to rise and set for 31 days in the 6th portal. And then the sun's going to start coming down, or, then it's going to stay up there for
Another month.
then a whole other month in the 6th portal. And then it's going to come down. The 5th month will be in the 5th portal. And then the 6th month is in the 4th portal again, where we started, because that represents spring and summer. And then it goes down, and then it's 30 days in portal 3 for the 7th month, where we are right now. And then next month, for month 8, we're going to be in portal 2. And then for month 9, we're going to be in portal 1 for 31 days. And then it's going to stay down there. And for month 10, it will be in portal 1. for 30 days. And then for month 11, it's going to be in the second portal. It's rising this time. And then lastly, we're going to be in month 12. We're going to be in the third portal for 31 days. And actually, it's going to be between 31 days and 33 days because there are sometimes there's 365 always, and then there's occasionally the 366. So we're only commanded to count 31 days, but we know that there are an additional 1 to 2 days within that portal before it crosses and enters the fourth for day 1 of the year.
And all that's in Enoch chapter 72. It goes over that.
Okay, well, just
But I've got all this written down. I was trying to look at a picture that might show this a little easier. But if you want to write down months 1 through 12, we can list it out for you so you know which month goes with what portal, if that will help.
Does anybody still have that picture, that colored picture I have? Let me put my picture up here. I have this from the past. Do you guys?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
And I'm trying to label it, but you guys showed it to me. That's where I got it.
Yeah,
that
okay,
one.
hang on. I can pull it up right now. I'm going to try to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take a picture of it.
It helps a lot because
Yeah, it
stops
does.
up here at 6 and then it goes for month 3, then month 4, and then it comes back down on the other side. But within the portal, it moves within the portal, right, Linda?
That's what
Yeah.
72 says over and over. And
Yeah, but
every
within
month
that,
it tells you.
but within that portal, it's doing a little something throughout the whole time. And then I remember on the summer solstice, it'll stay at the same sunset time for about 10 days
Mm.
because it
So
starts there and then as it's coming back, so it's very interesting.
mhm.
You know what
Go ahead.
really clicked for me this morning or last, I don't even know when it did, but anyway, it clicked when I realized that head of month means something more than just it's the first day of the month. I mean, so if because what I do is I want to ignore the equinox as the sun is doing its thing, but pay attention to the head of months, and that's when it's going into the right portal, right? Is that like month 2, the 5th portal? It's the head of month when it happens, when it goes into the 5th, right?
The fifth month, the sun is in the fifth portal. Yes.
And it happens on the first day of the 5th month, and that is the head of month.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Does that make sense, Debbie?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What were you asking me?
I was just wondering if what I said made sense. Does that it's the head of month?
right.
That's what clicked for me. I don't know. It
Yeah,
may not
I
others.
think I got it. I mean, this little diagram helps a lot than trying to just think it in your head, you know?
Can y'all see my hand?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so okay, so right here is the Tropic of Cancer, and this is the boundary of Tropic of Capricorn. And then the red in the middle, there's your equator. So this is winter time when it's in Portal 1, and it's coming back. And then when it's in Portal 3, that's when the spring equinox happens, right at the end of Portal 3. and then it's crossing over, and then this is portal 4. This is the head of the year. This is the head of spring. The first day, the first sunrise in portal 4 is the first day of the year and the first day of the year of the spring. And then as the sun rises higher and gets tighter and goes towards the North Pole, we'll call it, this is summertime, right? And then it starts traveling back. And then it's going through the fourth gate again. And then it crosses the equator. That's today. And then now it's back over here and it's fall and headed toward winter again. So this is how it goes. So it's in the fourth gate for the first month. It's in the fifth gate, like Linda said, for the second month. The sixth gate for the third month, and at the end of the third month is roughly the peak of summer. And the summer solstice is what, usually June 21st?
Yeah, it's about there.
But and again, it doesn't exactly hit right there on y'all's calendar. And then 30 days later, it's coming back, but it's still in the sixth gate. So it's in the sixth gate in month 3 and month 4. Does that make sense? So the whole 30 days is traveling with the sixth gate till it hits its limit in the peak of summer. And then it travels back, still in the sixth gate. So then it's back in the fifth gate at the 5th month, fourth gate at the 6th month, and we just came out of the 6th month. And so now we're back on the 7th month in the third gate, the 8th month. I'm sorry. Yeah, the second month we're in the 8th. Second portal, we're in the 8th month. And then the first month, we're in the 9th portal. 9th month, I'm sorry, first gate. See, it's all these numbers. So, and then when you get to the end is the winter, and the winter solstice is usually what, December 21st, 22nd, around in there.
Yep.
And then you're still in the first gate and coming back. That's the 10th month. The 11th month, you're in the second gate. And then the 12th month, we're back in the third gate. And then here you are crossing that equator, and that's day 364. And then the next day, you start back in the fourth gate, which is New Year's Day, head of spring. And that cycle just keeps going year after year after year. So hopefully that'll help you see, right? Here's the equator. Going this way is spring to summer, and then summer going to fall, fall going to winter, winter coming back towards spring, and that's how it works.
I mean, we gotta bring up the fact.
Sorry. Yeah.
You want to talk about like the 7th month, you begin before the 7th month begins in the third portal.
Yeah. Yeah. And somehow there's an overlap there. So, okay. So back to and then I just noticed this today as Linda was talking about it. So, y'all tells us the third month, the 6th month, the 9th month, and the 12th month all have 31 days, right? And that's your intercalary day that warns you, hey, a season change is coming. Well, I never really thought about it, but those gates, so the third month has 31 days, and that's in portal 6, right? So portal 6 has 31 days. And then the next time, portal 4 has 31 days. But when you're talking for the springtime, portal 4 only has 30 days. In other words, right here, when you're going from the equator towards summer, you're in the first month, and the first month only has 30 days, right?
Oh my gosh. So it's almost like having a null and void, which is backwards.
Yeah. So, but when you're going back this way, coming from summer, going to fall, when you're in the fourth gate, now you're in the 6th month and it does have 31 days.
There you
I'm
go.
not I'm not trying to confuse anybody, but I just noticed that today and I'm
No,
sitting there going, wow.
I get it now. I get it now. That's why we have the null and void days going into the spring. Now we're going into the fall, and those null and void days, even though they don't exist, they're within that time frame. I get it, but I can't explain it coherently. I see
Yeah, it's
it.
hard to make a visual for that.
Yeah, but I see it. I see it.
So the easiest thing I found is to write it out. So what I did is I wrote out the months 1 through 12, and then I marked the ones that have 31 days, which is the 3rd month, the 6th month, the 9th month, and then the 12th month. And then I assigned them their correct portal. And then you can see clearly that in spring, the 4th portal has 30 days. But when you're coming back toward fall, that same portal has 31 days. And then the first month, the first portal, going toward winter has 31 days. But then the first month going back toward spring only has 30. I mean, it happens a couple times. And then the third portal in the 12th month has 31 days. But the third Wait a minute, guys. Let's see.
That's
Yeah, the third portal has, yeah, they all of them that have 31 days, at some point that same portal only has 30 days.
So in one direction, it
It's
has to.
yeah, one direction, one way.
Yes.
Yep.
So the simplest way to see it is to write it out. But I just saw that today, Linda, when you were talking about it, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, I can't believe. So there's kind of some overlap even in the months. And Christina, that's what you were saying.
Yeah. Overlap, and I see the null and void in there as well. But it's not seen, right? It's they're there. That's why the equinox, the fall equinox, is pushed back a few days, right? I see it, but I don't even know that, again, I don't know that I can explain it coherently to where,
Yeah.
I just see it. And it
Yeah.
makes sense to me. It makes perfect sense. So, we need a poet or somebody who knows how to bring out the words. But yes, yes. Okay.
just feels right in my spirit.
Where's Uriel when you need him?
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
I love these ladies.
So anyway, we just wanted to share that. We think the answers, like we said, to the difference between the head of spring and the head of fall, and then the difference between the fall and spring equinoxes are in Genesis 5. But so y'all never meant them to line up. But and we wanted to share what we saw today. But then we can move on to Second Kings too, if you want to, as well. If there's no other questions after we've thoroughly confused you.
You might need to rewatch this a couple times. Maybe we should re-record this because I feel like it was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll go with it. We'll go with it.
All right.
We'll go with it. I'm sure we'll have more questions.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Did Jeremy pop out again? Oh, it looks like he did.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
No,
But
I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
you're
here.
okay.
here. Okay.
But it is all laid out in Ezekiel chapter 72, though. But if you just write it out
Enoch.
and
Enoch
yeah,
72.
yeah.
Jeremy, do you have like follow-up questions? I know you weren't here for all of it. We totally understand, but were you satisfied?
No, it makes sense. And yeah, no, I understood that the equinoxes and solstices didn't line up with the intercalary days. So, no, it makes sense. Thank you.
Oh, good. Good, good. Oh,
All right, I'll take this down. Oh, but I just want to bring this up because this is an interesting little tidbit too. But the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn is proof of the precession of the equinoxes because when they made most of the maps, if you go back, so the sun was in Cancer when it was during the summer solstice. And then the winter was in Capricorn, the constellation Capricorn during the winter solstice. And that's not true anymore. So it's kind of interesting that it gives you an idea of when a lot of these maps were made, when that was the case.
I think it goes back, and they purposely left it so then we wouldn't be able to figure it out. Because I think now we're into what? To- uh, Taurus. I believe the sun is in Taurus during the solstice. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
definitely shifted. But yes, and you are absolutely right. They haven't moved them. And then if you look up your astrology or what all that is so if you look up what sign you were born under, and y'all, I'm not saying do this.
Libra.
But I'm saying is it's completely out. You'd have to go back and see what the sun was in, use stellarium or something when you were born. What they state now is not what the sun's doing anymore. So it's kind of crazy. And yeah, I think they do all that stuff to keep us confused as to what is really going on.
Right. See, yeah, I did that too, Mitzi. I was born in November and Scorpio is November, right? No, I was born in Libra.
Right, exactly. So everything shifted, and
Mhm.
they just want to keep us all in lies and in the dark. But just wanted to bring out that point that Cancer is not summer anymore, is not the beginning of summer or whatever, and Capricorn is not winter. So, but they just keep piling on their lies, and nobody,
Change times and seasons.
yeah, changing times and seasons, right? That's what they're supposed to be doing.
Yep. Okay. So Lee is wanting to get in. So um, let's see. All right, let's see when he pops on. Whew. Okay.